Okay, well, the cleanup does continue this morning after the massive flooding hitting central Texas.
Our Kate Whitehouse live in New Braunfels this morning with impact from the storms. Hi, Kate.
Good morning. Well, yesterday, where I'm standing, where the Guadalupe River is right off to my right, this entire area was underwater. This 10-acre site where the Rock-and-R tube rental site is was completely underwater. And you can see behind me, this was the rental complex, and it was completely crushed by the water yesterday as it came up onto the property. Also, 5,000 tubes floated away along with school buses used to shuttle customers. The good news is they do think they are going to be back open for business in just 2 weeks. There were also other amazing stories of rescues yesterday. An 11-year-old girl who was swept away from her campground and spent nearly 2 hours in the water was rescued by 2 retired firefighters.
I looked out the window and I saw this young woman. Actually, she was an 11-year-old girl. She was out in the river behind our house, and I screamed, and I said, "We've got to save her." And we're retired firefighters. Craig didn't hesitate. He jumped in the water and swam out and got her.
And, you know, thankfully her parents had just put on a life jacket on that little girl as well. And that was just one of 100 calls for rescues that came in yesterday. And back out live here at the Rock-and-R rental, a lot of people come out here, especially on the weekends. It is going to be closed, obviously. This weekend they're hoping to get back open, like I said, in 2 weeks. But as the light comes up, guys, they're going to be able to get a better idea of how bad the damage was. Because still yesterday evening, when a lot of volunteers were trying to come out and help them clean up, there were still about 6 feet of water, from what we understand, still covering this parking lot area. So now that the water has gone back down into the banks of the Guadalupe River, now the cleanup can truly begin.
All right, Kate, thank you. Part of the popular water park Schlitterbahn underwater as well. Crews were cleaning up all night long so that they can open the gates this morning at 10 o'clock. Obviously, admission prices will be drastically reduced. And more than 800 calls came in for help in the early morning hours of 911. 100 of those from people who needed, from people who needed to be rescued or evacuated from their homes. 100 of those, Fred and Mary Lee Maxwell, both in their mid-80s, live along the Guadalupe River. They woke up to 2 feet of water in their living room on Wednesday, planned to ride out the flood on a higher floor until a group of rescuers came by and insisted that they get out of there. I want to show you some YouTube video that we have of rescue crews in a lifeboat on the Comal River this morning. You can see there were several children on board.
Preparing to deal with flood season seems to be saving lives in Hays County. These electronic sensors went off during flooding in the early hours Wednesday. Drivers know, very similar to a school zone, that when these signals blink, it is time to be cautious. Since they went up in 2007, officials say they've had no vehicles swept away.
If it's not flooding over, if there's water coming over the top, then generally I usually don't.
You can view a real-time interactive map to see which crossings are impassable by logging on to KXAN.com and searching for this story in the local news section.
As if the flooding wasn't enough, lightning also caused quite a bit of damage with those storms. Firefighters think the lightning struck 3 homes in Austin. This one on Bancroft Woods in northwest Austin sustained the most damage. Over to Cedar Park, the fire department there believes this house on Quicksilver Drive caught fire after lightning struck a tree in the front yard. Round Rock Fire telling us lightning sparked the fire that did just a little damage to this house on West End Place. East of Austin, Elgin's volunteer fire department responding to 2 lightning strikes, including one that hit the Elgin Police Department. Lightning may be to blame for a fire that sparked a popular wedding venue right here in Austin, causing $500,000 worth of damage.
It happened at the ballroom at the Bar Mansion on Sprinkle Road in northeast Austin. The actual bar mansion still intact, but the back ballroom looks like this. The walls are still standing, but the inside a total loss. Now the owners and couples preparing to get married are scrambling for solutions.
Well, you know, we just are absolutely going to take care of our clients no matter what, you know, and so we are going to construct a structured tent on the property. It'll be decorated and lit and chandeliered to the hilt, and we'll have that done by tomorrow night, theoretically, but certainly by Friday.
The whole philosophy of the organic food and the service, it's all still there. So it's not what we expected, but it'll still be great.
The owner says they will rebuild the ballroom and get it back to its original beauty. You've been out there? It is beautiful out there. They do a nice job.
You know, I did look at it when I was looking at different venues for my wedding.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. That's what you want the owner to say, too. That's if you're a bride or anybody.
Great customer service.
We will take care of everything for this weekend, so wish them a happy wedding. First